or energy drink or something in my day-to-day here and there, but like generally speaking, I hadn't had like packets of chips for ages. Out of the blue, I had a packet of chips and they just tasted so fucking stale. Brand new, freshly bought chips, package, looked like it had been like recently made. I'm curious which bed she's going to, so I'm keeping an eye on her. Like, I remember eating chips and being like, these are nasty. And I had it with like all sorts of shit too. It's just kind of like if you don't eat things for a long while, your taste kind of like change for it. Mind you, your taste also changes as you continue to grow older anyway, so it also still continues to change when you're an adult, by the way. This is the most interesting thing I think about fucking human bodies and crap, is like everybody kind of knows that when you're a kid, your tastes change from like childhood to teens to adulthood and crap. But not a lot of people know that they can change again, like somewhere in your like your late 20s and crap. And they sort of do just keep kind of changing every decade or so. It's just less noticeable because most people kind of have natural life milestone changes and stuff happen at the same time. So it just looks like it's part of that. But yeah, like, you know, you go from like when you're a kid, most kids really like sweet shit and stuff. And you normally like develop more of a taste of like savory or bitter or sour, all sorts of shit and stuff. But what the hell was I eating the other day actually? I was eating something and I said that whatever it was okay, and then Nick went to have it and he was like, it was like really, really sour. Because like as part of like eating a lot of hot spicy food, I also eat a lot of sour shit. Yeah, I don't remember. I'll tell you what though, after I did the 31-hour like stint of just non-stop drawing, like the one sitting, I literally got up. I got up and I went and ate half an onion. Like, I hadn't eaten for like 2 days. I forgot to eat and drink during that time, and like bathroom and all the things, right? I basically forgot to exist. And the first thing I did was I'm like, well, it was already cut off in the fridge and it smelled good. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm hungry. I was hungry and I was like, it was already cut off. And I basically like walked up to the fridge and I'm like, I don't know what's in here. I literally put on a set of gloves because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get into. I don't know what I'm going to be grabbing and eating, but I'm going to be eating with my hands. And I don't really feel like washing them because I want to be able to go and like snuggle the cats in a moment. Also, I don't know why she just got back up because she did not sleep. She really didn't sleep. But anyway, I literally went into the fridge and I'm like, oh man, this onion smells amazing. And it was already cut up. I would eat it fucking as it was anyway. It was raw onion. I literally just picked that up, shoved a handful of that in my mouth. And I was like, oh, this is probably going to give me an upset stomach. I should probably eat this with something. So I went to the cupboard and I got my balsamic glaze vinegar and I poured that shit into my mouth. And then I thought, this would be so much better with salt. So then I cracked some fucking salt into my mouth while I'm chewing this in the cupboard. And I'm like, oh man, I could go for more of that crap. So then I ate the rest of the bag of the half of the onion with like more balsamic glaze and salt. And then I like literally went and like snuggled my face into the cats and had a shower and went to bed. So, I mean, that was my Monday. Though it wasn't quite like that. I was planning to stream after that, but I kind of got like too tired to continue and decided to like go get some rest and shit instead. But yeah, that was Monday after like 2 days of drawing nonstop. But I haven't ever been so appealed by an onion before. Like I normally don't eat the things raw. It was a brown onion too. It wasn't even one of those like red ones that you're supposed to have raw and shit. It was like, you know, just a proper fucking brown white onion thing. So yeah. God, it's like putting dry noodles into your mouth and pouring water. Sort of. But I've also done that too before. So I mean, I've also foregone the water when the noodles are just so crap. There was a point in time where for months on end, I lived off 20-cent instant noodles, except that they were so awful that they actually tasted better as just the dry brick of noodles. So I'd just have the dry brick of noodles and I'd pour the seasoning into my mouth and eat it with it. That's how I lived at one point. That was like, yeah, that was like several months like that, just one brick a day. Was it was in existence. I would not recommend that again. Like, obviously, if you have enough money to buy like some better pasta or spend like 10 cents extra on like the slightly better instant noodles, for fuck's sake, get the slightly better instant noodles. But yeah, you know, you afford what you afford. I also don't know why they won't make this spot. I'm guessing it's because we just don't have hay grass. But I don't want to dedicate much to hay grass. So I was just thinking, I wonder if I can just change over these couple of little ones here. I wonder if I can select multiple of these, maybe. Nah, I just want to change these couple of ones because I don't ever find that when I make hay grass, my animals don't fucking eat it as a plant. I don't know about you guys, but it's just something I've noticed that my people don't do. So, yeah, I'm gonna grow a couple little specks of hay grass. If they make it, they make it. Because I've been looking at this like one square over here for like 3 weeks, and it's bugging me that it's not built. But I also don't want this to be stone. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That fucking onion was a good onion. It could have just been like general starvation talking, but it's fine. I also did suspect that like the lack of eating and drinking may have also caused a bit of the soreness of the throat, but it's only speculation. I can't prove anything. I can, however, turn one of these rooms back into not for prisoners anymore, so we can have an actual medical bay facing the mining thingies over here. So see how that goes. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I did make sure to drink like a liter of water today once I realized that I hadn't drunk it like much water at all for like 2 days. Because like I brought a drink bottle in here with me, and it wasn't quite full when I sat down, but it also wasn't empty by the time I got up. So I know I didn't drink much water in 2 days, so yeah. It's fine though. I don't have to touch my tablet for at least another month. But yeah, I did end up I put some pictures on Patreon. I'm going to put some more pictures on Patreon later and crap. So I just didn't have the energy to sit there and like make more stuff. I also realized after the fact that there was like one more thing I could have drawn, maybe 2. But let's see how we go with what I've got. It should be fine. I like the fact that tonight's being so peaceful. A new quest. What have we got? Collection of fortune. Intercepted a message about a collection of valuables not far from Dryden. My Dryden or the other Dryden? Psychic animal pulsar. Recon helmet. This might be an unknown threat. Is it near where I'm going? No, it's near me. Okay. Possible unknown threat though. I don't need either of those 2 things. Recon helmet wouldn't be too bad. I could sell that. Like, I could sell them both. That would give us some stuff. Also, they're sort of getting pretty far along there. I've got 8 colonists going out for that, so we should be fine. I mean, I could send somebody down for this. I could send a few gunners. I might give it a go. There was something else I wanted to try with that, is I saw somebody... Okay, let's just pretend for a second this is one of those standard boxes. So I saw somebody else walked in when it was like a known threat was there, and it was like sleeping mechs. And as soon as they went through the door, it activated the attack. I want to know if I break a wall, if it's an unknown threat, will it still attack me, or can I leave? Because I had this one other time where we didn't get attacked and I left. Not because I came in through a different part, but we just didn't get attacked. And I just want to know, like, mind you, this could be compound interest for what happened last time, but, like, yeah, be interesting. Take cat because they've got a thing. Lola, Jackal, a couple of people specifically for in case mechs. If it's people, I don't really have to worry. I'm taking most of the minigunners out. This one, Seme, might be a good one to take for it. Plus, there is the option of if the area has wood, and it does look like it's an inland area. And it would be really super great if we could just bring back, because the other thing too is I can sell wood, right? It's not just about, oh, I need to fuel my stoves. If I actually have surplus of something ridiculous, I will like sell it, you know? If I can sell wood instead of food, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of extra, you know, food that we can keep and stuff. I also realized I kind of want to sand some stone blocks. I want to throw some stone blocks to my allies because I have a lot cut and I'm still mining a lot. And I realized this the other day that I really should just like, hey, cool, it's my birth year. Let's go with that. I just realized how close it was kicking off and I'm like, fuck yeah. Anyway, keep going. Yeah, I realized that I should probably like flick them some stuff since I'm still mining it up. I also don't know how we're down to 4 pemmican when we had like a few hundred before, but okay. I guess somebody's eaten something. I don't like you guys stacking up. Why have we only got 2 packaged survival meals? I don't know what's happening with my food. I'll tell you what. I'll leave you guys with the 2 packaged survival meals. For some reason we have survival meals. Yeah, let you guys go as you are. That's a mess of shit. Let me save. I feel like I oversold the size of their kitchen by a lot for this colony. Mind you, if we actually had surplus food, that would be fine, but we don't have surplus food. If we could bring in an entire crop of stuff, this would be great. The only thing is, like, these areas that are in here growing, I feel like the chocolate tree one in here is a waste. Like, I might get the chocolate from it and my animals might not eat it, but I should really probably change that over to some kind of food because it's just taking up so much space. Also, since it's spring, I should remove all my roofs as well. Let me chuck it onto, I don't really want another rice one, maybe more berries. I'll have to do something else with the chocolate trees. Like, I could turn part of this area into chocolate trees. That would probably be fine because it's outside, but it's really far away, so the odds of them actually, like, harvesting it are pretty low. I'm not a huge fan of my heel root being that big of an area. We are up to, like, 3,000, so maybe I can... Tell you what, hold on. Let me swap this over. You can be heel root for a little bit. I know I'll use it. So I always need heel root growing, but swap it over to berries for spring. I need to remove some roofs because it's spring. I haven't already. I haven't. Cool. So the reason why I removed the roofs in spring, it just saves me on some of the electricity usage, which, you know, will cause a zap event and crap, but if I don't need it, it's not using the things and I can just naturally get whatever. However, obviously having the cold snap before, I shouldn't get another one between now and the next winter. We should be alright to do outdoor crops, I hope. Or indoor outdoor crops. My whole group's out here like planting. I love seeing that. I actually really do love seeing like a big swarm of my colony out here doing stuff. There's always like, you know, they're being productive. This whole area is getting sown at the same time. The only one that's annoying to open up is this in area. And honestly, my colony can like suffice with that. So I'm going to leave that as it is and not open it. It's doing, I think we had 1 cotton in here at one point. We've got little cotton here. And realistically, I could have made this corn heel root. That would allow me to grab like this kind of area that's just that heel root stuff. I think I've only got the 1 or 2 little spots now. Amy's doing fire starting spree because she's just pyromaniac. So that's fine. She can do whatever she's doing. I'm going to get my people out here and do some harvesting, hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what they do. It's nice that I got like a natural trader. I haven't had a natural trader in ages. I've had to call for traders so much. But anyway, so what I was thinking is, because I have so much stone, which I am making statues out of, don't get me wrong, but I've always got like 30,000, right? So even though they're using it, I feel like we still have a lot of it. And my thoughts were, I'd help my allies with some stones. They might want to give us more quests, so they might want to trade with us and stuff. So I think that should be fine. I'll just load up all of these with stuff, because the worst case scenario is it makes them happy, I guess, and I get nothing out of it, but I lose some blocks and my colony. That would be like the worst case. But if it means that I don't have to give them good shit, I'd be okay with that too. I've got 3 things loaded up. I'm pretty sure I've got 4 decent allies at the moment. So I'll send each one a set of blocks. I still have a lot of slate if I needed to repair a wall. I don't need to stress about that. Also, Coxie, what the hell are you doing in here? You're not watching TV. I guess you just want to sit at Jade. Where's that cat? There you are. I'd hear that cat from in the prison. Jesus. That's a loud-ass cat. Mind you, I haven't actually kept an eye on how many cats I have. I have got a autocull situation. My roosters and chickens and stuff are malnourished because lack of food. That's okay. I intend to let my cows and muffaloes and stuff grow instead of them, because they at least give me like leather and shit, whereas the chickens apparently don't, and I didn't realize that. So I was shooting my foot extra with the concept of like breeding a lot of chickens, because you get the eggs and you get a little bit of meat, but you don't really get leather. So yeah, I was kind of hoping to get all 3 things as like a powerhouse animal, but yeah, it's fine. I know shit's on fire. Pirate Maniac's at it. Where's she setting on fire? She's setting it near the animals. Of course she is. Alright, well, time to go and make sure all my grow rooms are off, except for the ones in the center. I know, they were already off. Wait, did I already toggle them off for... Oh, I mustn't have done. I thought for a second there maybe it was already turned off, but no. Gotta be careful not to get the grow room up there. I just want to get these 2. And the one on the other side. But yeah, essentially during like spring and summer, I like the fact that we can have like a bit of extra power in the base. I did also increase the amount of power by making that little section there too. So here's hoping that it like eventually turns into like extra power and shit. The other thing too is I was thinking about honestly making like indoor grow space things, but it's like apart from like in here, like near their sleeping areas and stuff, like there's no real spot that I could do that, and it would be on the bottom half of the map, which honestly isn't a problem because the bottom half of the map's pretty well powered. But I actually haven't fucked around too much with yeah, cow's got a flu. I haven't fucked around too much with the grow things. Sorry, it's crow's got the flu. It's fine. I don't mind crow having flu. It's not like it spreads in here, so it's fine. But yeah, I should have the one caravan arriving soon with gold, which I actually don't know. I don't think I checked if there was a threat. Selling to Dryden, pile of gold. Doesn't appear to have a threat at all, so it's just gold, which is fine because I do think that we got a bit of gold. Yeah, we've got 2,000 odd. There we go. The people are there right now. Alright, you lot, I want you guys. Where is it? Here. That's not a lot, but it should be something. It's better than fucking nothing. Alright, you guys go ham with that. I also brought, I think, Shizuka or Lumi or something on this group, and she could definitely do plant stuff, but I also want you guys to hunt all of the animals, and I plan to bring them back because we need meat and leather and crap. And at this point in time, like, I'm down to like bring shit home. Like, I actually considered just doing like a few random quests out here, or like trying to trigger an event just to get off my map to try to get resources and crap. But yeah, there should be, I know that Shizuka can definitely do plants, but what about you? Okay, Frankie can also do plant stuff. Ali shouldn't. Shizuka, Nera, whatever her name is, she can also do it. And Odd can also do it. So everybody here is quite capable, which is great. I'll make them a little sleepy spot here. And that way, at least then they can like pass out at some point. Alright. Get you guys some beds. It's only about 8 of you, so that's fine. Is that an ambush here? Looks like it. Ooh, hello. I wasn't expecting people. Ah, you're super loyal. I do like the name though. Tiger Love. Love it? Love? Anyway. I don't need you though. Frankie, mate, I might get you to just move back a little bit. Shizuka's not going to be useful in this. She can move over. Is he just going to stand there? I don't think I saved this. Like, I don't want him because he's super loyal, but where's my raid? There. Yeah, no, I don't want him. So by all means, we're going to kill him. But it'll kind of suck if he goes down because I don't want to keep him. But yeah, if you guys want to move up. I don't know if anybody else has a gun. Him dying right near the beds is not going to be a great thing. I'm going to move up, mate. I'll tell you what, though. Doing my video editing in the background for tonight probably wasn't the best idea, but it's fine. It's not even halfway. I'm just looking at how the shooting's going. I'm like, that's a little bit slow. But, yeah, it's fine. Parsons, get out of the way, mate. Yeah, no, I decided that it would save me a bit of time if I took the time to do my art stream editing tonight while I'm like streaming and shit. I'm like, I thought it would take like an hour and I grossly misunderstood because usually, mate, don't shoot. Fucking stop. Stop. Mate, for fuck's sake, move your cheeks over here. Go for a fucking walk. You're gonna kill one of my guys. Go do something else, Az. You hit Frankie. Cunt. Anyway. Yeah, apparently the game's like not thrilled about it. But it was doing fine before. It was just like now. Now, I'm curious if he's going to like squirrel away. I'm going to turn your bed that you're looking at into a medical bed. See if you go rest. But yeah, I expect him to probably just maybe just sit there and die. He's got 13 hours. It's going to take a while. Mind-shattering pain. As I appreciate it, but maybe don't shoot through my colonists. Yeah, now I got Mega Soft Revenge, and Shizuka is standing right there. You better be an incredible shot, mate. Yeah, flee, Shizuka. Maybe not into the bullets. Go that way. I love my colonists, like, conception of where to run. Actually, now that you're out of the way, go upwards. Because if I can get you run towards Az, but be above Az, preferably, I should get a good shot. Please stop moving in front of Az. She's gonna die. This is... Az, you didn't want to shoot before, now you're fucking up. By the way, there is nothing I can do to stop the editing that's happening in the background. It is just, it's doing what it's doing. It's gonna do what it's doing until it's done. Usually speaking, on an art stream video, I normally just let it run and come back to it later in the day without like paying too much attention to it because usually I want off the computer after like 10 hours. But yeah, this is a case where because I had to record some more stuff that I did offline to finish up the stair emote, I like had additional recording that I have to work with as well, so it's not just a 10-hour stream, it's like however long I also took on the rest of it. Shizuka, how hurt are you? Yeah, anyway. They'll be out sometime probably in June, I suspect. Maybe if I could get you to like run downwards. It'd be great if I could get the rest of the colony in on this, because this guy's like tanking it. Actually, if you could go back towards Az. Because if it turns around and attacks Az, it's like a worst case scenario. We could deal with that. Dinosaur started a social fight with E. It's alright, E will finish it. Cool, now it's no longer doing its thing. Sweet. maybe, are you tending to yourself? Yes, you are. Cool. Okay, should be fine. Yeah, I do want them to hunt the animals here. Because that way I can at least bring back meat and potentially leathers and stuff. The only downside I might have is if we find another particular seam. I might want to use that, like my group that's out, to just go to the next one instead. But yeah, we'll find out. Hey, Ian, dinosaur. What are you pair doing? They are still fighting. I was wondering about that for a second there. I'm like, whatever my computer is trying to do at the moment, whatever process it's up to, it is really like having to think about. I don't want to click on the editing program because I don't want it to crash. If it crashes, I have to do it again. You know, it's only the first stage of the editing. So, like, it'd be better if it finishes. Oh, it has fucking transport pods fully loaded. Okay. Now, I do want to make friends further up, but I also want trade quests with, like, local people too. So, I'm thinking about, like, maybe some of the ones over here. It's going to give me a +1. That's such a fucking waste. And this one's not ready, but it's in progress. I'm glad that I'm not sending them much. It is now safe. You can reform the caravan. Nice. Yeah, no, I'm glad I'm not sending them many blocks because I feel like the amount of metal to send it is not worth it. I also kind of like how the green bench actually works with like the green beds. It's nice. A good like contrast thing. But yeah, I have a lot of blocks, so I know it's not going to make him super happy, but maybe this one. Said it should go up by +1. I just want to see if it's actually got a +1 out of what. We'll see. And my colonist is still idle too. I need to go check on that. But I want to see this like tick over. I did send it like relatively far away. Almost there. Oh man. Yeah, alright, so it just went up by the 1 it reckons. Cool. Yeah, I'll tell you what, like I said, there's a very, very rare chance that I choose to edit a video in the background while I'm streaming. I usually just kind of like shut everything. But I just kind of like wanted to get ahead of like dealing with that. Because usually I edit my art streams across like 2 or 3 days nowadays, because originally I used to sit there and try to do it on the same day as I did my art stream, but it usually editing takes up to twice as long as however long the stream is. So a 10 or 11 hour stream is obviously like 20 odd hours of editing and stuff. So like a lot of that is just waiting for it to like render out and crap, but like still every time it crashes, if it crashes, I have to start again. So I just figured like if it had a finish quickly, it would have been great, but you know, such luck. Either way, at least if it works and it doesn't crash, I'll at least have kind of like a head start on that. I say that, but I really should have done it like Thursday or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm starting to like fidget around a lot, and I'm starting to question if the painkillers are wearing off, or if I'm just like finally warming up and now I'm like uncomfortable. I don't know which it is, but like, my God, I've got like the fidgets all over the place. Let's see, what else we got to do a few lot.